Okay, so like what if Gen Z actually like took over, you know?
Koku.
Yeah, like a full-on like revolution. Imagine them in charge.
Wow. That's a pretty intense thought.
Right. Kind of crazy to think about. But that's basically what this book, Generation Z Uprising, is all about, right?
Yeah.
It's dystopian, so not exactly a happy ending.
Dystopian, yeah. Always a fun ride.
Totally. So we're going to dive into that today. See what happens when like smartphones and all that become like weapons. And not just for the Gen Z folks either.
Yeah, the tech angle is definitely interesting. We've seen the whole youth rebellion thing before, right? Like Hunger Games, Divergent, all that.
Yeah, for sure.
But tying it to the tech that's like everywhere now, that hits different.
Totally. And that's where this Emily character comes in, right? She's kind of leading the charge in this whole mess.
Emily M. Aaronson. Yeah, she's got a lot on her plate.
So the book starts off, and things are actually looking up for Gen Z, believe it or not. They passed this amendment, lowers the presidential age to 25.
Big win, right?
Yeah. Finally, someone who, like, actually gets them might be in charge.
You can totally feel that energy in the book, that hope. Like, finally, things might actually change.
Right. But then, well, things get kind of messy.
Yeah, the government doesn't just, like, roll over. It's not like, okay, you win, Gen Z, take the reins.
Not even close.
It's more like they start playing this, like, really creepy game.
Creepy how?
Like, they don't go in guns blazing. Right. It's more fear tactics, manipulation, that kind of thing. They start passing all these national security laws.
Which, on the surface, maybe sounds okay.
Right. But it's all like smoke and mirrors. They're chipping away at freedom bit by bit.
And that's where things get scary, right? Suddenly, smartphones are like illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Social media, banned. Can't even get on the internet.
And it just keeps escalating, mass arrests, these detention camps popping up. It gets real dark, real fast.
Yeah, and that's when, like, the fighting really starts, right?
Right. It becomes this whole tech war, almost. You've got Gen Z using all this, like, encrypted stuff, hidden networks, trying to stay connected.
Well, the government's got their own tech game going on, huh?
Oh, yeah. Super advanced surveillance, algorithms that can, like, predict who's going to rebel before they even do anything.
That's messed up.
Big time. And then they drop the hammer, the U.S. Loyalist Act.
I read about that. Pretty intense stuff. Basically saying anyone under 25 is, like, a terrorist, right?
Basically, yeah. No trial, no nothing, just straight to detention, indefinitely. Habeas corpus, gone.
It's like, how do you even come back from that?
Yeah.
A whole generation labeled public enemy number one.
That's the point, right? To crush any resistance before it even starts. And it works. The book shows how quickly things spiral into this, like, state of paranoia.
People can't trust anyone. Families get torn apart. Even thinking the wrong thing could get you in trouble.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff. Emily, the main character, she really goes through it, trying to protect her people, making impossible choices.
Makes you wonder, how far would they actually go to stay in control? Like, is this really just fiction, or is this like a glimpse into the future? I mean, the tech in the book, it's all stuff we have right now.
Right. That's what's so chilling about it. It's not some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's our phones, our apps, our internet, just twisted and used in a whole different way.
Yeah, it really makes you think twice about, like, what you post online, the data you share, all that.
Exactly. It's a wake-up call in a way. Like, are we really in control of our tech, or is it controlling us?
Heavy stuff, man.
Definitely. But that's kind of the point of dystopian fiction, right? To make you think, to question things.
Totally. So we've got this whole Gen Z uprising, right? Huge hopes, then bam, the rug gets pulled out from under them. Brutal crackdown.
And it leaves you with this question, right? Like, what if it happened for real?
Right. What if today's teens, the TikTok generation, all of a sudden they're the ones calling the shots? What would they change? And how would we, the older folks, react?
Would we freak out?
Yeah.
Try to take back control?
Or would we, I don't know, would we actually listen? Trust them to lead?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is. All right, so that's our deep dive into Generation Z uprising. Definitely a wild ride. Lots to think about.
Check out Generation Z Uprising, the podcast that's sparking conversation. Tune in on the Generation Z Uprising YouTube channel and follow us across all social media platforms. Don't miss out. Join the movement today.